Before I get into really how you can unlock B2B e-commerce, I want to just talk a little bit about who and what Provi is. So Provi is a three-sided marketplace, really focused on business-to-business relationship. So first, we're a marketplace and payments platform for retailers. So we're free for bars, restaurants, liquor stores, big box, to access all of the products that are available to them and that are then mapped to the appropriate distributor. And in a single Amazon-style click, their order is routed to the appropriate distributor for fulfillment. We're also an e-commerce partner for distributors like Allied Beverage, where we provide tools and resources for distributors to succeed in a rapidly growing e-commerce environment. And then we're a marketing platform for suppliers, where small and mid-size suppliers, as well as the largest in the industry, are all able to market and advertise directly to that retail buyer at their point of purchase. So think about you have a rep from Allied that's going into the store, because we agree with Sarah that personal connection to the account is important. But 40% of orders are placed outside of normal business hours, and instead of taking the time just to enter an order into their handheld, now what Provi allows the retailer to do is to place an order, see advertising for your brands, and engage with your brands in a host of ways, and allow the distributor rep to maybe merchandise the store, or to sample your product, or to do other value-added services for that retailer, other than just taking the time to key in the order. So we also recently merged with 750. Many of you are familiar with 750 here in the Northeast. So we now are available through 1,200 distributors. We're in 34 states. We have 1 million plus SKUs that are available for retail buyers to purchase on the platform. And our reach continues to grow. I expect we'll be fully national in 2023. So really, just a little bit more about Provi. We were built from the retailer up. So retailers have 8, 10, 12 different distributor reps that they're interacting with. They're sending emails, they're sending texts, they're trying to track who has what. So what we do is we allow them to aggregate their order into one shopping cart and very easily place that order across all of their distributors. And really, retailers need a marketplace too. They are looking to search, shop, and discover and supplement what they may be offering at their bar, what they're looking to add on the shelf. One-click ordering makes it very easy in today's significant labor shortages at retail to save a lot of time rather than trying to track down who should I order from what and which distributor has what products that I'm looking for. Retail operator can easily go onto Provi and place that order. And suppliers too, 64%, this is some recent information, 64% of small businesses that use one or multiple online marketplaces do so to bring new products to market. So what Provi, and I'll show in a little bit, allows you to do, and as you think about how you're engaging on a B2B in a B2B environment, what you're able to do then is to put new items in front of retail operators in a way that you were never able to before. Let's be honest, distributor reps can have a large book of business, and sometimes the smallest brands don't get all of the attention. Well, in a marketplace like Provi or other online e-commerce platforms in the industry, these allow you to actually surface your product, talk to them about it, talk to the retail buyer about your product in a way that's different from the consumer. So for example, whereas you may want to romance the liquid when you're talking with a consumer on a consumer-facing website, here on a B2B marketplace or e-commerce platform, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to talk more about what that beverage, what that product can do for them. How does it fit in their menu? How does it complement food? How does it increase their profit margin? What's the turnover rate? Has it won awards? You've all gone in and talked to shop owners and operators. You know what they want to hear. So as you think about how you're activating your B2B digital program, those are some of the things to think about and how to differentiate it from how you're talking to the consumer. And importantly, in a B2B e-commerce environment is you want to be where the product decisions are being made. I mean, these retail operators are the ones making a decision of whether your product is even available in their store, in their bar, in their restaurant. So it's not enough just to rely on distributor rep. You want to extend the rep's ability through digital marketing, through digital e-commerce, to influence that retail operator to make your product available. What's interesting is, the average cart size on Drizzly, let's say, is $60. So that's consumer-facing $60. The average cart size on Provi is $5,000. So if you get one $5,000 purchase from a retail buyer, and then you get them to reorder, and we have all the data that you get access to as an advertiser, now you've planted a tree, right? And that reorder rate and that ability to influence the subsequent purchasing is significant. So really, the bare minimum when you're thinking about B2B e-commerce, and we've touched on it a little bit already, is you want to monitor your digital aisle. You want to make sure that retail buyers are seeing the right labels, and you want to control your brand development. You want to be sure that your content is available on Provi as the primary open marketplace in the industry, and that it's accurate. Third, you also want to stay relevant for tentpole events. There's frankly so many of them nowadays that are promoted across bars, restaurants, and retailers. So if you're a tequila ahead of Cinco de Mayo, an Irish whiskey ahead of St. Patrick's Day, make sure that your content, your banner ads, your search terms are all up to date, so that you're thinking about what is the retail operator looking for. The other difference here in B2B e-commerce is the buying is done a week or 2 or 3 weeks before the holiday. So when you're thinking about how and where to place your advertising, you want to make sure that you're doing it in the buying cycle of the retail operator, and then you complement that with your B2C advertising to the consumer now that your product is available on the shelf. And as I mentioned before, really think about your product descriptions and how in a B2B environment, those may differ from how and what you're saying to the consumer. So, in a B2B e-commerce environment, there's a few tools that you can leverage. One of those are display ads to drive brand awareness, much like Josh was talking about from the consumer side. They can captivate the buyer's attention, and they keep your brands top of mind with that retail operator. Biddable placements like search. So let's say you're a vodka and you're trying to break into that market. You can buy competitive search terms to more established brands so that you also surface, just like in an Amazon type of environment or Instacart or Drizzly, and that gives you the opportunity to get in front of that retail buyer who then can click and learn more about your product in a way they might not have otherwise had the chance to. The conversion rate in our marketplace is actually 40%, which is very competitive with typical CPG. Retail operators are searching 20 times per session. They're looking for different things for their menu. They're looking for different things for their shelf. So while it's critical for you to get on that reorder list, they're still constantly looking for that next thing, and you have the opportunity in a B2B marketplace to influence that buying decision. And that's it. Thank you.